So have all the sweets and cake that you want. Doctor's orders. And remember, if you have an unhealthy diet, you're an unhealthy diet for something else. I'm Barry Biev. This is Baile on Gótrin Radio, keeping you company in the small hours until the end. So we have a story that started tonight. If you pop down to the Fox and Sheep and order a pint, you might see it unfold for yourself. For this story, you need to know 3 characters, all with the last name Pierce. There is Jay, then there is Donald, Jay's brother, and Iris, Jay's wife. Now, Jay went on holiday last week to Madrid in Spain. He was supposed to be gone for 2 weeks, but has returned a week early. This has surprised Iris and Donald. Now, it's difficult to sift through all the texts from who is there tonight, but from what I understand, Iris and Donald were sure that Jay had an accident abroad. Well, whatever travel insurance was involved, you might be able to sue for misleading information. Iris was so devastated about the supposed accident that she spent the entire week at Donald's house. After his wife and his brother composed themselves, they asked Jay how was Madrid. And Jay responded, dark. We all see these bright coloured lights on pictures and travel agents of Madrid. But when you get there, it's darker than you think. While Iris and Donald quizzed him on his adventures, they occasionally would dart to the smoking area and hiss at each other. Iris would whisper, I thought you dealt with it. And then Donald would whisper back, you were there! You watched me deal with it. I wonder what it is. Maybe they had a surprise for Jay once he came home. It'd explain why they're so upset that he came back. And they were so shocked about Jay's return. So shocked they couldn't even believe it was him. Jay looked and sounded like Jay and only did one thing out of sorts. Jay bought as many crisps and peanuts as the bar would give him and crushed them with the glass. He then made a pile and started digging with a plastic spoon supplied by the bar. He had a nice pile, 2 or 3 centimeters high. Nobody made a comment because they wanted to see what he was doing. And as he reached the bottom of his pile, he would scowl at the hole, fill it back up, and repeat the process all over again. After one of their trips to the smoking area, Iris and Donald came back with a wonderful suggestion. They asked Jay would he like to go back to Madrid, finish the 2nd week of his trip there. Jay stopped digging and said, Oh, I have to go back. Oh, I have to go back. As dark as it is, it's beautiful there. So the 3 were agreed. Iris even decided to pay for the next flight, and Donald offered to drive him there. And then we wouldn't see Jay until his trip had reached its end. But Jay said he couldn't leave yet. He was too busy. He cleaned his pile on the table and walked home, leading Donald and Iris to go back to the smoking area and hiss at each other again. An hour later, Jay's neighbours came to the Fox and Sheep with concerns on their faces, because Jay, in the middle of the night, had taken out a shovel and started to dig. Creativity can become a compulsion sometimes. Jay was clearly not satisfied with his pile at the bar, so he went home to make his masterpiece, or at least to have the nagging of brilliance turn quiet. Well, Jay, I hope you find rest at the bottom of your hole. Latest reports say he's digging to this very moment, which leaves our 2 final characters. Iris and Donald were done whispering and were now shouting at each other in the smoking area. Obviously, they were upset that Jay did not take their offer then and there, which I think it seems a little toxic if I'm being honest. Personally, is it not up to the receiver to accept or deny a gift? And we have to respect that. Iris and Donald didn't acknowledge this. So Iris said to Donald, you go to my house and you send him to Madrid. And Donald asked, what are you going to do? And Iris responded, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to keep everybody calm. Now go. Well, people are just sitting down, drinking their pints and waiting to see how this all ends, but she felt that staying in the bar was essential for her plan. So that's what they're doing. Donald is probably trying to convince his brother to go back to Madrid, Jay is digging in the garden, and Iris is keeping everybody calm in the bar. Now, how do you think this is all going to end? Do you think Jay is going to go back to Madrid, or finish his digging first? Lines are open, people. Hello, you're through to Baile and Gótrin Radio. And who are we talking to tonight?
You already know my name.
Oh, it's the man whose name we know. Good to see an old friend of the town calling in. You sound different.
I am different.
And how is Stephen Thompson?
The how, unfortunately, is outside of my jurisdiction.
All right then, but you know where he is, right?
I know where most things are, Barry. I have time to kill. And I remember trying something called the 99. I liked it. It was cold. I would like to try other cold treats while I wait. Do you know of any?
I do, but if you're killing time, does that mean you have something to do when all of your time is, well, dead?
I am escorting J. Pierce back to Madrid.
I thought Donald was driving him.
Donald is coming with us. Jay made sure Donald is ready to leave. Iris is the last one left. Once Jay has made her ready, Jay will mend the hole he made in his garden, and the four of us will depart to Madrid.
When is your flight?
We will not see the sunrise.
I was expecting a time, but okay. Oh, have you tried a Magnum?
I have not. What are they?
It's an ice cream. There's a 24-hour garage at the south entrance to the town. You can definitely find one there.
I will go there right now. How many should I get?
One is enough. You kind of get two if you're having a me day.
I am having a me day. I will get two. Thank you very much. And Barry, for the advice, I offer my own. She is not the town's greatest enemy. The Trinity is. Once the Trinity forms, there will come a beast whose limits not even I know. It is undying, unbound, unstoppable. And Barry, you cannot save us.
Who's the Trinity? What do you mean that I can't save us? Hello? Hello? Alright everyone, I guess that's the ending of our story. The trio is leaving for Madrid with the man whose name you know, and we'll see what happens from there. I guess this is a happy ending, right? Next time, there may have been a bit of a miscommunication, and our newcomer to the town may not actually be a weight loss coach at all. We discuss Slenderman and all he could be. I'm Barry Biev, you've been Baile and Gótrin, and we've kept each other company in the small hours. But now, it must all end. You've been listening to Baile and Gótrin, made by me, Jacob Wordsmith. If you enjoyed this episode, there's appropriate buttons to press and boxes to write in to show your support. You can also follow the show on its socials, which are Baile and Gótrin on Instagram and Baile and Gótrin on TikTok. As well as that, if you want to get a closer look at the production or maybe get involved in the production, the Baile na Gótrin Patreon page is there for you. Oh, one more thing. Thank you for coming to town.